Dark. Maru. Semi-finals, match 2. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. 2022 GSL Season 2.
See all those people out there, Artosis. All the gamers are here.
Dude, it's actually packed in here right now.
It's crazy.
This is like the old days.
When people are clapping, it's thunderous. Oh my God, I'm on camera. Sorry. They saw my knee. They saw my knee. No, they're yelling in my ear. No, I heard you say they were going to be on camera. I was, yeah, it was. Look at that. Got to pay extra for that, man.
Like that was.
People don't know I'm completely naked from the waist down. So we have just wrapped up our PVT. Hero is now in the finals.
That was a fun series.
It was really fun. It was actually one of the better best of fives we've had. This next one is going to be interesting. I mean, this is kind of a dream matchup. Maru versus Dark. I have no idea who comes out on top.
It's hard to say.
Something inside of me kind of says Dark. He's looking.
It's the creep.
It's the creep. It's the creep tumors. It's the Nautilus networks.
Do you know Queens can block everything?
You know, Queens are good anti-air units. They have amazing range. But who knows? Look at the plushies down there. Maybe it's going to be Dark versus Hero. Maybe that's what's happening.
Don't forget here, guys. Yeah, that would be cool too. But look at this on-site giveaway. We're giving away all this cool stuff. Season 2 final cards, Carbot plushies,
These
photo
are
book.
These are collectibles,
heat-resistant
guys.
square cups. 20 of those. That's crazy. And look, on-site sales will not proceed. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like some Gandalf stuff.
I like
you are not going to proceed if you get there without your ticket.
I like that we had like legal language for that part of the post here.
It's just
we could have just said we're not selling tickets on site, but you know. By the way, guys, participate in our cheer signs. Submit them
cheer signs or fan arts for the finals.
For the finalists, hell yeah, dude.
Dude, yes. 100%.
You guys are wondering. I want you to know that Artosis wrote all this out, so this is why. Yeah, we love seeing the art that you guys send in. And so please do participate in that. We're gonna go to that interview. Andy, go ahead.
So the two players battled it out against each other in DreamHack Valencia. And now they're facing each other again today. Who will move on to the finals to play against Hero? Hello. Hello. So the two players clash again, and the audience is rejoiced to see these two play against each other. So Dark, you managed to win the DreamHack Valencia. You managed to move on to round of 4. Two consecutive seasons. How do you feel? Now, I'm pretty greedy for the finals right now. So Dark, you said that you expected Maru to be your opponent. So now that he's your opponent, how do you feel? I mean, of course, it was pretty obvious that Maru's gonna be my opponent. Yeah, I mean, he did become my opponent, so you know it's gonna be a tough match. So Maru, so you have made it to the most round of 4s, the most finals in GSL. However, this round of 4 is one in a long time. So how do you feel right now? I mean, yes, it does feel like I made it to the round of 4 after a long time. So now that I'm given the opportunity to make it to the finals, I'm pretty happy. So Maru, you didn't have enough time to practice. So how did practice go? You know, I just practiced against Rogue just one time a day. That's what I did. So we had a look at your history and records. So for you, Dark, your 2022 ZVT record is 11-1, 0 losses. So that means you haven't lost a single match against Terran this year. So are you confident in this matchup? I really didn't know that statistics. I mean, JYP told me beforehand today. Now that I have this record on the line, I think I have a little bit of nervousness coming into this match today. So Maru, what do you think about this amazing statistics? I really didn't know as well. But I knew that Dark was really good at playing against Terrans. So Maru, every time I ask you who's the strongest Zerg, you always answer Rogue. That's right. So who is the strongest Zerg? I still think it's Rogue. Wow. Maru with the flame. So Dark, I think you're kind of mentally shaken after that Maru statement. So now you're gonna have to shove it inside him. So how are you gonna play against him? Well, now that he's provoking me, I'm gonna play really. I'm gonna give it all my shot. I'm gonna give it all my best. So every time these two players play against each other, it's always a full set game, full set match. So is today gonna be a full set? I mean, an offline match, it's always been neck and neck against him.
조성주 선수 스코어 예상.
Then Maru, what about your score prediction?
워낙 쉬운 경기가 없었어가지고.
I mean, there has been no easy match between the two of us. So I think it's gonna be a full set,
두
a
분이
3-2.
만나면 바로 믿고 보는 경기가 되죠. 마지막으로
I mean, a
상대에게
highly
한마디씩
anticipated match awaits us.
자, 먼저 힘을 숨기지 않겠다
So before we
하셨던
get into the
강명훈
match, anything else you guys want to say? Dark, you first.
많이 하더라고요.
I mean, Maru's been practicing quite hard.
뭐 어떤 빌드들을 쓸지 한번 재밌게 한번 맛보다.
So I'm kind of curious as to
네,
what builds he's
연습
gonna
많이
use
했으면서
on
아끼지
stage.
마라. 또 이런 말씀이신데요. 조성주
Then
선수.
Maru, what about you?
많이 한 적이 없는데 자꾸 많이.
Well, I think you got it wrong. I haven't practiced that
저도
much.
절 모르는 제 빌드를 선보이겠습니다.
I'll try to use builds that even I don't know of.
풀세트 명승부를 펼쳤던
Alright,
두
so
선수.
the two
서로가
players
인정하는
are
라이벌인데요.
undoubtedly gonna
두
put
선수의
on
최강전
another
2경기 지금부터
phenomenal match today. So
시작하겠습니다.
we're gonna get into the game now.
Today's matchup. Dark. Maru. Semi-finals.
여기서 만나잖아요. 수비에 또 있었던 경기하고 딱 공수면에서 개멸 충격. 이런 그림이 쉽게 나오지 않아요. 경기는 신의 찬.
선승 4강 바로 눈앞에 두고 있는 상황입니다. 자, 이번 경 밀어붙이면서 세기를 받고 있는 박영우 선수예요.
해병이 많아서.
네, 뒤로 추가면 내려오죠.
와, 한계가 또 쓰러지는 그림인데요. 멋지게.
Semi-finals.
Welcome back, guys. It's time to get this going, man. I'm super excited. I have no idea who's going to win this. But both these players, honestly, in any GSL are a good horse to bet on to win the whole thing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. They've both been quite successful. Dark with a couple championships. Maru, of course, with the record-leading 4, looking for that 5th. They've played each other tons of times. Dark is... I think you can probably just say he's the best ZVT in the world right now. And Maru, you can always say he's the best Terran versus whatever the hell you want at a given moment.
Yep.
So yeah, this is like the best thing that you can really hope for.
So I want to mention as well, if Maru can win this and then win this GSL, he will have won 5 GSLs. He will get the G5L trophy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy because 5s looks like S's. It's
yeah, that's what we do here, man. We're like 5S. Wait a minute.
Yeah, and we got the next three statues set because G and 6 look alike and 7 and L look alike. So
yeah, and then
like,
maybe
dude,
if we get 7, then we could take the L and like flip it and make that into a 7.
Exactly,
so, yeah.
exactly. And as far as 8, if someone wins 8 GSLs, let's just hang up the show.
Yeah, we should probably just end this experiment.
Yeah,
it's gone on for too long. Okay, so this best of 5, man. Dark's mentioned in the interview he's curious how exactly Maru is going to play. Keep in mind that, you know, at the finish line here is a Protoss player, so these guys don't have to hide anything about the matchup for the next opponent, right?
Yeah.
This is it for TVZ on both sides. So, I mean, they're going to bring out the absolute best of the best. You know, GSL, one of the things that makes this tournament so beautiful is that it does take months to go through. So the players really get to do deep dives into prep, really get to do research, really get to try to, you know, set some stuff up. And these two, man, I mean, there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah, and saying that we don't know how Maru's going to play, right? He rushed DRG like a lot. He 3-0'd him with rushes, like 2 base all-ins. But honestly, like, I'm going to go with my anime protagonist storyline.
Okay.
Maru literally lost to Bunny on purpose so he could show Dark what he wasn't going to do.
Oh, okay.
So now Dark is so ready for 2 base all-ins, but guess what Maru's not going to do?
Ooh.
Attack.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a long series. I think this is going to take a couple hours, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to average 20 minutes per game.
Yeah. Maybe not, but we'll see. Guys, we're going to start this out on the 4-player map, Nautilus II. Dark vs. Maru. Again, the winner goes to the GSL Code S Finals.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark. Onside Gaming. Maru.
Okay, again, this is a 4-player map, or 4-spawn location map, is really probably a better way to put it. They're both on the left side of the map. Ooh, another good drawing. That's the same guy that had the Tasteless Marauder. I think do I remember you? Maybe, I don't know, you're masked right now. That's a challenging
Like, oh, well, now we know you don't because he wore a mask in 2012
he was wearing a
when
mask
you
in
met
Stockholm. Guys,
They call him the masked spectator. Coronavirus really stole his thunder.
So good to have all you guys down here in the studio. I'm going to say this one more time as we start this best of 5 up here. I mentioned this earlier in the previous best of 5, but not everybody watches every game of GSL. Tickets are on sale tomorrow, 5 p.m. KST, guys. And if you don't get a ticket, you can't come to the finals. You can come to the building, we won't let you in.
Yeah.
And they sell out pretty fast.
And Tasteless and I are the bouncers, so like.
Yeah.
Like, oh please, I flew here.
Yeah,
I'm like, get him,
please, I
Tasteless.
just got the hotel and everything. Then we just break your arm. They mentioned to me in production website has an English page. And look, a lot of people are going to want to come and can't get in. So be there, be ready to snipe a ticket. They sell out in a matter of minutes. Yeah, that's it. And the information for that is on the breaks. There's a graphic on our breaks that you can check. So you can fast forward to that or rewind to that or wherever and see that there.
Right. So this is close spawns, which is important. Like we were talking about before, Terran does not like playing cross spawn on this map, even though Bunny was able to take a nap earlier today here with that cross spawn. And yeah, I'm kind of sitting here on the edge of my seat waiting to see like how this is going to develop, because right now Maru looks to be going for like a 2-on-1, right? He did show that against DRG.
Yeah.
And if he were to rush on a map, I think this is not a bad idea, like a 2-base all-in, because the map is, yeah, this map is just so much bigger. Like, for instance, even though they're close spawns, well, they're close spawns, so that allows attacks more than cross spawns. But let's say he went to a bigger game where he's not attacking. Those bottom right bases, he's just never going to be able to hit. And that's going to make it so big and so hard to actually deal with. And, like, how does Maru end up taking half the map? This map just may be a bit too big. So, again, if there's going to be, like I said, I think that he's not going to be doing 2-base all-ins, but this would make the most sense out of all the maps by far for him to do that.
Yeah. It's actually kind of uncomfortable if you're Zerg. I mean, it's just you're kind of stuck in this, like, position where it's hard to get a 5th base. This map is actually like kind of deceptively cagey. You basically just get 4 bases, and then there's another quadrant 4 bases. So it'll be interesting to see Dark try to kind of reach over to the right side of the map.
Well, I think it's going to come to a head way before that, because it does look like Maru's going to keep some aggression up, but we'll see momentarily here. He has the first 2 medevacs
no, I mean,
on the way.
You might be right. I mean, this might just be like, you know, Maru trying to end it, and Dark either holds it off or dies to it, for sure. Okay, so Ro.4 has started here. Stim is about to finish up.
Okay. The Ro.4 actually I'm not a super fan of here for Dark. Obviously, it's going to give him some muscle on the ground, and he's the best Roach player for macro games in the world for Zerg versus Terran. But the medevacs give you, like, I mean, just medevacs in general are a good counter to Roach openers, right? Because it's like it takes longer for the Roaches to run around. They don't shoot up.
Yeah, they just end up running around trying to put out fires. Mutas, of course, I mean, make it so that you just can't do drop brass at all. or if you do, you better be very careful and make sure it works, or you're going to get behind. So he's going to come out here. This kind of reminds me of like what a lot of innovation games look like, you know, when you just came out and would try to start sweeping and cleaning creep. He probably won't try to over-engage at all because he really can't take a full-on fight, I mean, to be frank.
Yeah, yeah. Double Evo coming up right now. That third command center has been started here for Maru, so maybe it's not that all in. Yeah, double eBay coming. I guess he's just doing the 2-on-1 pressure into a macro play.
Well, it does seem hard to imagine a player of Dark's caliber losing to a 2-base timing, right? That just seems hard to imagine. But Maru going up to 3 bases, I think this is a lot more doable.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's too bad he misses that creep tumor just to the right. The creep's not going to go down as much as he would want.
Yeah, that's just a very slim miss there, too. So, Roach is being made. Roach speed, 1-1 coming up. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited because, I mean, for... This could be playing off his image that he had against DRG as well, where you see the 2-on-1, you're like, oh, there is very likely a push coming, right? So maybe Dark is overproducing his units right now. Maybe he doesn't really need this many to defend what's actually going on here.
Yeah.
While Maru gets his economy rolling, not as fast as we sometimes see, but reasonably. There's, of course, always the possibility that Dark goes for like a giant 1-1 timing attack with Roach.
Yeah, let's also go back to, I can't remember which GSL finals this one, but the one where, like, it was Rogue versus Maru, and then Rogue, like, played totally differently.
Yeah.
And, like, just smashed Maru, and then he, like, didn't bring that style out again. We could see Dark kind of attempting that style here now. It seems more like it was always kind of more Dark's thing anyways. Nidus Network, okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. It has that Overlord there, but there is a depot to watch for it. One thing to mention, that's a quick armory that we're seeing. So I think he is going to focus on getting attack upgrades for his siege tanks.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, this is all going to come down to whether or not the Nidus is going to work. He is taking 6 o'clock, Dark is, I should say. But basically, this is a Nidus that's set up to line up with the 1-1. Dark's got to be careful. This is like almost, oh, I guess not. I feel like normally I can look at fights and tell you who's going to win ahead of time. Apparently not there.
Dark knows exactly how many roaches he needs to make
I was
Maru
like,
pick
maybe
up.
that's just barely not enough and it'll snowball, and it's like, no. Even Maru thought maybe.
Oh, I think Maru just saw. Okay, he saw this Nidus that is creeping forward. Now this is interesting. A forward Nidus, and then is he going to try to pop one in the main during this attack? That might be the key here.
Yeah,
there
well,
it is.
it's going to be dropped. But here comes the big attack. The tanks are pretty conveniently pushed back. It's not going to be easy for... Oh, man.
Dude, like 3 medevacs blew up there, but he will hold it. 9 SCVs end up falling. That depot wall, worth its weight in gold. Maru's so fast to throw that down.
Those tanks were literally perfectly placed. Those 3 in the back there, where it's like just not quite close enough to easily get them with the biles.
Yeah, he did eat some on his medevacs, though, which is a bit of a problem.
Well,
Did he lose 3 medevacs there? Or was that 2?
I didn't catch it.
Okay. He lost at least 2 medevacs there to the biles. And some more biles will go down. Cancels that 1 depot. This is not that impactful. It's like cool for Dark to get any sorts of kills, but those were thrown up last second just to make sure that Maru did not die. Any buildings like that blocking are so helpful.
Very importantly, the base down here at the bottom is being mined out. He can start to grow into this bottom right location. You know, one thing about a Nidus is, like, you can try it once. It seems like it's just much less likely to work each time you try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the most powerful Nidus by miles is the first.
First one, yeah. After that, it's like the player's basically conditioned to be ready for that.
Yes. When you're keeping your eyes out, it's just so much easier.
And I don't feel like there's a lot of good Nidus spots on this map, really. Like inside their base, I mean.
Yeah, I bet you that if we get up to like a big half map, that Nidus would be very strong again. Just there's so much ground to try to cover.
Well, if the Terran actually has too much territory, then I think the Nidus becomes strong again.
Yeah.
Terrans are stronger. They always have been in StarCraft if they're kind of compacted.
Yeah. Hard for them to spread out and actually defend everything.
Yeah. It's funny to see a Nidus on the Zerg side. It's kind of being used there to traffic stuff through, but it makes sense.
Dark is expanding to that bottom right. Do have some medevacs down there as well. I like the idea, though. Definitely right. Like, I mean, that's how Niduses are actually used in StarCraft 1, is to defend bases rather than be offensive.
I think it was a good improvement when they made StarCraft 2 and made it so you could be offensive with Niduses.
Yeah, Nidus is definitely not good enough in StarCraft 1 tastes. That's a great take.
Dude, it's it's rough for Terrans, man. I'll give you that, man. With the Defiler, you try to irradiate it and it pops back through the Nidus.
Yeah. Spire, melee, Baneling speed, plus 3 carapace, good stuff.
He could actually switch into Link Vita Bane if he needs to, which I guess makes sense. He can't be on Roach Ravager forever.
I think he's just going to start upgrades on the Spire, honestly. Like, or I could see him popping out a few Corruptors to chase medevacs, but like, I don't like him switching right now into Mutas. Like, I feel like he's lost the timing for Mutas. Oh, very nice force cancel there on the Spire. But like, when you're going Roach Ravager, I think Corruptors are actually pretty solid, like, to have a few of them out. I remember once upon a time, years ago, like, Dark, so many of his games, he would just knock at the Spire forever, and he's, like, dominating, and then, like, he's not anymore. It's just, you need some anti-air. Like, how long are you going to play with 0 anti-air?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, look, Terran's basically taken all the bases in that little quadrant they're in. Zerg's filling in the bottom right. We could be going to a split map game here, Artosis.
It kind of looks that way. Can Maru deny those 2 middle bases, do you think? Well, I guess he only technically has to deny 1, but can he deny it and hold on to everything else? It's just, the map is bigger than other maps that we see him do this split map stuff on. He is going for it, though. You're right. Like, this is serious. Like, he's sieging up. He's building turrets. Sensor towers all over the place.
Yeah, so he has to back up here.
Vikings, ghosts, Thors. Missile turrets abound. Command centers all over. But, you know, there are things that he can do to abuse Dark here as well. Like, look, he's boosting 3 medevacs to the bottom right. There's a decent chance he just snipes the hatch with something like this, right? Everything is so far away.
Yeah.
This is, I'm actually super pumped about this. We've never seen half map TVZ here.
Yeah, not on this map.
Never here.
Well, I always kind of felt like it was sort of impossible. But if
I
anybody
still
can
feel
do it,
like
I guess it's Maru.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, for emphasis here, guys, Terran, they actually have a really hard time, like, having half the map. Zerg have it the easiest. Zerg can have, like, 70% of the map, and, you know, Protoss, I mean, they manage a little bit better because they can warp stuff in everywhere. But, you know, it's hard for Terran to defend all this stuff. Even with the Planetary, I don't know if Blizzard, you know, was thinking about that when the Planetary was made, but, like, you know, even that.
Oh, I think that's why the Planetary is made, because it is so hard for Terran to expand everywhere. But then the way StarCraft 2 actually functions, if late game Protoss or Zerg want to kill your Planetary, they just do it.
Yeah, well, I guess the Baneling kind of changes that, but same with other stuff too. It's like you can just kind of
the Bane, like you just run in with Banes and kill it, and it blows up, and you can't lift it, so there's no counterplay there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we've seen so many times mass DT blink. You just blink around it, and 2 swipes later, it's gone.
The Planetary should be able to lift and attack while moving. Imagine that Terran Death Ball. It's like, oh my god, he's going Broodlord Infestor. It's like, don't worry, he's going to make 8 Planetaries and lift him off and fly into it.
Dude, we did have that one day where you could load a Planetary into a command center. Remember that bug? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just crazy. All right, 8 Infestors on the way. Continued upgrades all over the place. Everyone's just kind of upgrading everything. Even Blue Flame coming out right now. More factories, more Thors, more Ghosts. Maru definitely going for this kind of, well, we've been calling it an exhaust play, but this map is so large. It's like, are we doing 8 bases each?
Yeah, that's the question,
Or more likely it's like 8 versus 7, and then like that last base gets fought over, something like that.
It does seem like the matchup works this way now because good Terrans like Maru basically conclude that if they can't find a kill move early on, they just don't try to kill them. They're like, all right, now you have to kill me. The matchup's different now. I'm not attacking you.
Yeah, and you know, the way that Zerg functions, it seems like Terrans have figured out, I would say especially Maru has figured out, that like your ultimate max is just a bit better with Terran than it is with Zerg.
Yeah, well, keep in mind you can use mules to mine. You can make planetaries and turrets. You know, those are very good buildings for defending, and you can kind of go heavy into with your supply into attacking units.
Well, I think a big part of it as well, because there are some things that are ridiculous for Zerg on a max, like Banelings are half a supply, and when you have a huge economy, they do a lot. But
yeah,
with Terran, it's like you almost are forcing Zerg to go into you because you're gaining. Your units gain more value, like Ghosts with snipes and everything. There's a little bit. It's not exactly a clock, but a little bit of a clock on Zerg, where they have to do something. You don't want to sit there and get sniped for decades.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say right now. I mean, it's just going to be an extremely long game. We are getting into Broodlords here. So Zerg is basically going to try to come in here and crack this. Keep in mind, the Zerg doesn't have to so much kill Maru off as he needs to keep Maru off the upper right quadrant. You know, a lot of the split maps we have, it's one player starts at the top left, the other at the bottom right. And you can kind of expand in either direction on either side, and it makes for a pretty even game. This is really Maru spawning in the top left and trying to just grow into the right side of the map. And so I think if Zerg wins, it's going to basically be Zerg locking them out of that right side quadrant, upper right side quadrant, and then Terran runs out of money. Now, I say that, but here we see he's going to attack in here, but that might simply be because this is probably going to be the spot that has less defense, so you just kind of take whatever fights you can get, right?
I think seesawing is what makes the most sense.
Yeah, I agree.
When people only attack one spot and all of Terran's army is there, I really start to wonder. You know, it doesn't really make a lot of logical sense to do it that way. So Dark attacks over here. I bet you he rotates towards the right.
Yeah.
And one thing I do want to mention, the 9 o'clock base that Dark has right now, what I would like to see is full saturation there. Because very likely, if this game stays quite even, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock are going to be what decide the game. If it stays even, right? If he can't crack Maru. Because it's not about Maru cracking him, it's about Dark cracking Maru.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to see him as quickly as possible suck the resources out of 9 o'clock. Take drones off your natural, take them off your third, fourth, whatever.
I agree.
Like those bases can always be mined out. Those are not an issue.
Yeah. You could basically take the given bases and treat them like they're little placeholders, because you're guaranteed to get that. But Dark's staying up here, man, and this is going to allow for some more comfortable growth over there, the top right. What is that, a Nidus in the top right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. A nice way to try to deny that a little bit.
Sure.
Right, here comes down this nuke. Doesn't really do anything. Is that double planetary? No, that's double orbital. Never mind.
What? Oh, he just wants to free up supply. Okay.
All right, Spores
Now,
move forward.
Another thought I've got here is that he might want to try to just get up here and kill off all the buildings, all the infrastructure.
Sure.
That's another way to win, too. It won't end the game, but it's such a paralyzing move that, like, that could be another way that it just gets closed out.
Oh, look at this,
boy,
the
here we go.
seesawing.
Yeah.
He's really taking a lot of the attention to the top left, and here come the Banes.
Did this game just suddenly end, by the way?
No, I don't think it's over. Like, look, Dark's supply is actually falling pretty quickly because he's spending a lot of it. And Maru loses a fair amount of SCVs, but you know what? He's going to save this one, which is actually, that's a Dark definitely miscalculated there. He should have killed that.
Yeah, he should have killed that for sure.
But they both have gigantic banks, right? Obviously, Dark's a little bit bigger, but he loses a bit more supply. So I don't think that this is going to go one way or the other anytime too soon.
Okay. He's coming out now. Oh.
You know, this is something that we've talked about in the past as well, and it's good to talk about here. The amount of orbitals that Maru has, like the max supply of his army is much, much higher because he's throwing down so many mules. That also lets him suck up resource locations more quickly, right? So he can actually get the resources out of a base, and then it doesn't matter so much anymore if it stays alive. That is a lot of bandits, man. 55. Tries to ST it up, doesn't quite work. Dude, not very efficient, but those knurls, those are nice.
Those are pretty nice, man.
Yeah, those are some high-quality knurls.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna...
honestly, I mean, that's so many Thors. I mean, think of how long it takes to make a Thor, right? To drop this many.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just a masterful engagement there from Dark. I mean, that was a real masterclass in how to kind of dismantle an army that looks untouchable.
Yeah, the knurl's doing just such a good job there. One thing we've seen in the past, and I wonder if we'll see it at all here as well, we've seen like little inklings of it, is adding in a bunch of Liberators. You know, 3 years ago, Maru was trying Thor Liberator against Zerg, and he is making more Liberators now. We'll see how many. Like, he definitely wants to get the range upgrade. I don't believe he got that yet, but I wasn't paying super attention to that. But that's one way that you can actually cancel out Neural very quickly, right?
Yeah. You know, I feel like Dark is navigating this game pretty well here.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, it's that upper right area. Look at the lack of presence that Maru really has in the upper right.
That's true.
Well, I mean, now that the base is even destroyed, but like, I almost think that, you know, unless, no, I just can't see Dark losing this game at this point in time.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I think that anytime you say that with Maru involved, it gets a little bit tricky, right?
No, I get it, but
he just doesn't die. He's so good at these engagements, and he's got like an army that is pretty hard to fight against. Now, those are some sick fungals that go down and everything, but the Banelings are super inefficient when they run into this army.
Right.
He's throwing down a lot of EMPs now, so he's trying to prevent those mass knurls we saw before. And he is getting a command center top right, like that top right natural. He's having a harder time. Look at this. He's got a planetary there. That's actually impressive. I would love to see him throw down a bunch of mules there as well.
Yeah, I only there. Like, suck up as many resources on these
One
bases.
mule per patch.
Yeah,
do it.
Dude, just like, if you could just take the resources out of that, the Zerg can't use that later. I mean, like, for instance, the top right spawn, the Zerg's never going to have that. That's never going to be mined from. If the Zerg has that for any period of time, then we're going to go to game 2.
Yeah.
But Maru's got to be careful. He's kind of on thin ice here. If this center position is crushed, Dark is going to just sweep through the top right again and clear it out. And
yeah, you don't want that.
It seems like Maru's kind of gotten back on his feet up there. But really, this game appears to be Dark pretty much almost in the winning position and Maru kind of barely hanging on.
Okay, yeah, like, I mean, Dark has so much control and he has so many resources, and it's like he hasn't been under attack forever. But isn't that, like, just, that's daily business for Maru in this matchup? You know what I mean? Like, look at this. He's got turrets in the center. He's got the watchtower. He's sieging up mass liberators. He has a ton of Thors and Ghosts. And he has some Hellbats here for buffering and just like a handful of bio. That army's very hard to kill. That is, like, he can be efficient against anything with that.
I think we need to see more Nidus networks here from Dark.
I would like to see that too. I know it sounds like fan fiction from like a forum like DL or something, but like, you can't convince me that on when people are spread this much that a Nidus can't, or double Nidus can't do something. Oh, nice pick off there.
Yeah. No, yeah, when you have this much of the map, I feel like not even one Nidus, but like 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, you've gone next level.
I'm like maybe 4. No,
so many Niduses.
I'm actually serious. Just make a bunch of Niduses, not necessarily in one spot, but like, you know, really make the Terran work to defend everything. Because he did some Nidus stuff earlier, and like, I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like he's much less willing to try to come up here and take these fights. Nicely done. 20 kills, 21 kills.
Well, all those mules are about to go down anyways.
Yeah.
But still.
Most of the bases on Maru's starting side are mined out.
Yeah, I think for Dark as well. I guess his third technically has some mineral patches. Looks like 90 is mining more from now, which is nice to see. But Maru's actually, he's putting some pressure on too. Right, he's starting to move forward.
So, is Maru actually considering pushing here?
Okay, a couple fungals. Yeah, he has that parasitic as well. That's this is such a funny looking army at this point.
weird game. I can't. So Maru tries to push down here. Obviously, this amount of Banelings is going to obliterate anything it touches.
Yeah, but notice the spreading that we see from Maru. As soon as he spreads these units out, like things like Hellbats and Marauders, like anything he spreads completely, the Banelings become inefficient. And in a game like this, a lot of these games are won by just the efficiency numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you both mined half the map, but Dark, you were less efficient because you kept using Banelings.
Yeah,
so
Maru
wins.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. It seems like Maru might just try to keep poking out that base that was killed there in the bottom right. And this may end up kind of starving Dark out of the game. We're at almost 30 minutes now for this game. And, well, hold on a second. This is a huge counterattack.
Yeah. I feel like such a fool for estimating just an average game time of 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was...
We better have
that was a little
double
crazier,
proxy
too.
racks to make that average come true.
Look at this counterattack, though. I think that if basically Maru is held off over here in this attack, and keep in mind, the Zerg has deep pockets here.
Yep.
Okay, we're talking over 5K minerals, over 3K gas. Maru's not mining, or won't be mining very much in a second here. It's his top right base is killed off. So all he has to do is kind of stop this bulldozer army from coming through here, and I think Dark still wins. 44 SCVs have been killed. There's 8 SCVs remaining in this game, probably mining gas at the upper left.
It's kind of funny because Maru's attack is actually doing phenomenally, but these little counters, like,
Terran
you kill off all his SCVs, what's he to do?
Yeah, well, this is the problem, is Terran can't have too much of the map and make it work, right? Like, just a big Ling counter attack cleans all that up.
You need supply to defend. There's no real static D, and there's no like Terran creep to get over there to defend
there's no
more quickly.
recall. There's no.
You don't have vision and speed boost across your whole side of the map, unfortunately.
Now, I mean, I don't know what else to say, really. I feel like, you could see the Lings are just going to kind of chew through anything that's not heavily defended, and that's going to be a lot of what Maru has left over here.
Yeah, the Lings are certainly still being annoying, but okay, Maru walked back with his entire army because he was kind of hitting bottom right once again.
Yeah.
It's just Dark's overall income, I think, is a little bit too high. Right, even though he has like a slightly higher bank and everything, if Maru could just keep up on the income for a little bit longer, I could definitely see him taking it because he's being so efficient.
Yeah, I agree. So, the only real... Okay, there we go. Now it's a little bit too late there. This base that we have on screen, or had on screen a second ago, that's the only base that Maru's really soaking up resources from.
Yeah.
It's the furthest spot on the map from Dark. But again, I mean, he's hanging on by a thread here. The push is going to come down here from Maru. Maru basically wants to start knocking out bases. By the way, bottom center mined out. I don't know about these other two bases, but Dark, we have to keep in mind, Dark can also just mine out, and then it's actually going to be Maru who wins.
Oh my god. Look at these fungals going down, and Neural's absolutely everywhere there.
Kind of an insane moment here.
My
he
God.
Actually crushes that army. That's absurd, man. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the Ultra's coming in as well.
I mean, supplies have just plummeted, but one player has enough money to remax out, and that player is Dark. Okay, I think we are now in the twilight of this game. I think we're almost done.
Yeah.
I can't see him recovering.
Well, Dark's bank is gone, and he's actually got like the same army supply, so... But yeah, I think Dark is going to be able to probably finish this off.
So you're going to fungal this?
Ooh, nice. Well,
the green beach ball of death.
Yeah. Oh, what? EMP's a ghost with a neural.
That's
I love
actually so sick.
It's awesome. Okay, Maru saves it.
Well... Lings get very strong in situations like this where the Terran really just doesn't have that much.
Sure.
So there's a pretty ragtag army here. Now, what Maru's doing is he's just making a bunch of Lings, Banes, and Ultras. Terran with 33 SCVs, many of them being trafficked back over to this orbital we see here. We're now past the half-hour marker. DBZ, such an epic matchup.
Maru with his counterattack to the bottom right. This army getting a little bit scary, though. These Ultras going to make it really hard for the Marines to hold on. The Liberator doing some heavy work, but it's not enough, I don't think.
No.
Ghost running back, trying to get their snipes off.
Yeah, there's just not enough here. They can't sustain. Ultralisks are too tanky.
Corruptors are coming for them as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I might be wrong. We might have a longer game, but I think Maru's going to have to tap out, right? These are not planetaries. They can't really defend.
Yeah, he's not even mining gas anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even see that. So all he can do is make Marines.
Yeah, and Hellbats. That's about it. Okay, I mean, good snipes. Dark's income is pretty darn low as well. He's got very little going on. There's still ghosts left. There's still ghosts left, Tasteless.
Yeah, there are Artosis.
Snipe is like the most efficient thing in this matchup.
That's a good point. The ghosts are the only thing that's keeping him in this game. I wish we could check the center left base. And by the way, there is a base at the bottom right quadrant that never got retaken here.
Yeah, that is true. And that 3 o'clock, of course. Oh my god. It's 13 workers to 56. Both of them having such a hard time gathering any resources right now. Maru, of course, much worse off in that regard.
Maru's still not mining gas. We've been sitting on 16 gas for a long time.
With 1 Ultra. Well, here come the minerals, though.
Can he just win with these few ghosts and Marines?
Maybe.
It looks like he almost wanted to. Oh my god, he's going to counterattack.
Yeah. You can't let Dark just start mining more. He actually is the one with the workers.
Yeah.
You don't need to stay home as
Yeah,
Maru.
it's
There's
true.
nothing to defend.
Yeah, 55 workers can just come in there and drain those resource nodes pretty easily. Okay, finally we get a shot of that base. So, things may start to slow down here. I do feel like if Dark is left alone for too long, he's going to blow up into a massive amount of supply. Again, Terran is still not mining gas, okay? He's basically...
Oh my god, the neural EMP on the Ghost, man.
That was so sick.
That was so sick.
That was so good.
Look, he does it again. He neurals another one and snipes a Ghost.
Yeah.
Dude, he figured out what Maru was trying to do against Bunny. He was using Ghosts to snipe another Ghost.
Dude, so now he's got the new base. He's taking both the gases there. We're going to see Infestors made. I think if he just makes Baneling Ultralisk, he can just come through here.
I don't... Oh,
Ghosts
yeah,
are
I guess
actually
he does
very
have the
bad.
income.
If they don't have energy, like they're just not good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, they can
you
fight, but like
you can't
it's not...
stutter step micro with Ghosts, you know.
Dude, the fact that he is repeatedly sniping Ghosts with these Infestors. This is absolutely insane. He's figured it out. Because we were just talking about how the most efficient unit in the matchup is the Ghost. So Dark's like, okay, give me that then.
All right, little drop over here.
Okay, picks it up because the Ultras are here. So we've got those Infestors as well. I love how it's just like Hellbat Marine coming out, man.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't have much gas at all.
Yeah, he started mining gas a little bit ago, though.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny to see that this is like the forced late game economy.
There is one base that has not been taken, or at least isn't occupied right now, and that is the 3 o'clock base. Zerg could take that. Terran could take that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it will be an uncomfortable position to try to have, but it may end up. Well, actually, look at this long distance mining here. Well, this has been shut down pretty promptly. It does appear that Maru's trying to stretch the game out. Dark still needs to try to end this. Dude, it's a lot of Hellbats, man.
Yeah. Infestors, though, are going to be tough to deal with, like, between Fungal and Neural. There's, like, a lot of potential there. Great snipes there onto the Ultra. As the Ultras go away, everything else becomes pretty soft. And, of course, Fungals, like,
Well, they can wear this down over time.
Yeah, but there are a couple medevacs. I don't know if he's going to be able to afford any more, but you know he can heal him up over time as well.
Dude, that base is almost mined out. Top right.
Assimilation successful.
Assimilation successful, Artosis. It's a successful again, Artosis.
Oh, the cloak. He's sniping. You know, we just saw a ghost snipe a Hellbat. That actually happened.
Yeah. Probably first time in GSL history.
Yeah, I think so. A big engagement coming down now. That is a lot of Marines and Dark GGs.
Dude.
What a game.
Wow.
You cannot ever count Maru out.
Wow, dude.
Can't do it.
That is a heroic game. The entire time I was saying I think that Dark's going to close it out, and he did need to close it out. He got very close. I want to say like 5 or 6 times. Damn.
That's what Maru wants you to think.
Yeah.
But when he starts producing only Hellbats and Marines because he has no gas, that's when you know you're dead. Because if he has no gas, you don't either.
I cannot believe we just casted that. That was like almost 40 minutes.
Wild game. Awesome game.
Probably one of the best games, if not the best game we've ever had on Nautilus 2, honestly.
Yeah, you're right on that. I will give you that one, 100%.
All right, guys, we're going to go to Curious Minds for Map 2. Game 1, a marathon. Game 1, almost the length of our previous best of 5. Now we go to Game 2. And let's see what happens, man. Again, the winner of this best of 5 goes on to the finals to face off against Hero.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark. Onside Gaming. Maru.
I tell you, that's probably the hardest map for the style Maru used. So
yeah, I agree.
It seems to me
oh
God.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We're like looking at each other.
Proxy racks.
And I mean, it is Maru. He can do this.
He hasn't been doing it lately, though. He's
The
like
Overlord.
way pulled back on it.
Yeah, he sees
Dark's
this.
gonna see it immediately.
He
man.
sees it.
Here come the drones.
Well, now the question is, are these Maru SCVs or Artosis SCVs? If they're
Oh, they're
Artosis
Maru.
SCVs, they're going to go on the outside. Maru SCVs stay on the inside, and the drones can't get them.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see, Tasis. Look at this. All these drones trying so hard to stop it. LOL. Look at that.
What is happening here?
Now that's a fundamental difference between Star 1 and
Yeah.
Star 2. You tell it to
Guys.
stop building, it just walks around on top of it for like a minute.
Is there a way he's making this happen that I don't know?
Yeah, just cancel, restart.
Oh,
over
that's
and
it.
over and
That's
over.
what he did? I didn't know about that. That's cool.
Yeah. Because you can like instantly restart it when you're on top of it. The pathing works like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
He is going to have to lift to get everything
I just
out.
thought I was like, is this just like the universe is bending itself into a pretzel for Maru to have his barracks finish?
It's the difference between pro gamers and amateurs, man.
Yeah,
Is their
man.
SCVs
Yeah.
build at the right place.
Just have your SCVs move like Maru's, chat.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
this
that's
has been stalled a lot, right?
it has been, but I mean, drones were sent out, and that's going to slow down the Zerg's economy.
He didn't start any spines.
Well, I have to imagine that he just knows he holds this. He's got this mathed out.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. That's someone's really good when you're like doing the rush and they seem to be like not reacting at all. And you're like, oh god, are you like way better than me? And I just don't know what I can and cannot do in this game.
And then you die to the rush, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh god.
Yeah.
If you were stuck in platinum, you definitely know that wasn't going to hold. Ooh, the queen gets pulled back
Dude.
last second right there.
All right, bunkers canceled.
There's 6 more links and a queen on the way, so.
Marine.
A
That's
Reen.
what Maru
Well, definitely
has.
Reen's on the way
yeah,
still.
Reen's coming too. Marins. Space Marins.
All right, Dark with the hold.
All right. game continues on. Kind of surprised that he like made the barracks there, just because that seems like a pretty normal path for the Overlord to scout.
That might be why, though.
Oh, you think he's like
Yeah,
trying
like,
to do
I think there's a
4
whole
HS?
Yeah, a whole metagame there. Like, what
Sure.
if Dark sends it on a different path? You know, just to look for more likely places for the Raxes, and then
Yeah.
you get a win, right? Well, that's nice. Look at that.
Like, okay, he did force a cancel. I'm watching this. I'm like, dude, it's going down more than it's going up right now with HP. That's actually pretty big. You know, you lose minerals when you're canceling buildings, so that's huge.
And, I mean, the build time, right? It's going to take an extra long time.
Queen is low enough. I wonder if he could just kill the Queen with the Hellions.
I think just barely not.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be right about that.
Trying to get some harassment. Not really getting that much done. A little bit lost mining time, whatnot. Frying some Zerglings. Oh, brings it out to meet the other two.
I kind of thought this ended a while ago, and as I watched more and more, I'm like, no, this fight's still going on.
Nah, you were right, though. It actually kind of did end a while ago. Like, he goes back in, kills one drone, and loses a Hellion. Okay, whatever.
So, Stim is on the way here, just now started up. I do feel like out of all the players who proxy Raxed in StarCraft 2, I do feel like Maru recovers the best from it if it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
For a lot of other players, they try that, and it's like, well, you're probably going to lose, but let's watch you try to, figure out how to get control of a Zerg player who already just dominates the map when you play normally. But yeah, this is going to be fun to see how Maru does this.
Well, it's a little bit of a 2-on-1 that he's going for.
Yeah, he's not looking for a third base right away here. Or if we do, it's going to be a late third. So it looks like he wants to basically come out here and do a push.
Well, the fact that he has an add-on on the factory, I think, tells the entire story, right?
Yeah.
This has to be... Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like a 2-base attack, but it looks like one.
Yeah.
Look, he's adding 1 eBay. If you were going to go 3-base, I feel like it would be Command Center 2 eBay, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's another Rax, too.
Okay, so it's going to be a 2-base timing.
Most likely.
Honestly, not what I thought the follow-up to the failed proxy Rax would be. I kind of thought it would like more organically be a third base, because it's like, well, we really can't attack him, so why don't we just, turtle and
That's
do
that's
that.
normally what we see.
But I think the reason why he's doing that is that's counterintuitive, and he knows Dark's a little bit greedy.
Yeah, maybe.
And so he wants to come out here and give him a black eye. You know. So he drops here.
Yeah, gets quite a few Marines out right away.
Is he just going to go for the pool, or does he want to try to go and gun down the Queens? Really good micro by Dark.
All right, picks off a Queen right there. Maru as well showing some pretty good micro.
Okay, actually, that was really well done there by Dark to target down the medevac.
Yeah.
And then, surprisingly, it actually got killed. Now, that is going to take the wind out of the sails here of the push a little bit.
Wearing down the Queens can be helpful, though, too, right? Like, these prolonged tank pushes, a lot of the times it's the giant row of Queens transfusing each other, and to pick
or the
off
hatchery
Queen,
being transfused.
you're forcing transfuses out and all this. So it did some stuff.
So normally the target is the 4th base, although I could see Terran trying to go for the upper right base, the 3rd base too here.
Yeah, I think that one's better. The
Yeah,
creep is about
right.
the same for both locations. I guess you do have a high ground that you can push down more quickly for that 4th, but the 4th is like just finishing. Maybe you need to do a bit more damage than that. 3rd Command Center did get started, by the way. Still some SCV production as well. Although he is still on 2-base SCV numbers.
Okay, so he's going to come up here. And, I mean, this is a scary push. Bailing speed is not done yet. Oh, man, that tank wedge in the front is a bit of a headache, isn't it? Dude.
Oh, the Banelings.
Oh, the flank!
Great targeting, but the big
good pickup, though.
Dude, that Baneling flank was everything in the whole world.
There's a possibility that when Maru was setter set microing back there, his screen was not over that part where the Bane's come.
Absolutely.
That can happen a lot of times in these flanks. It's easy when we zoom out to see what's going on, but like if you look at the guy's screen,
sometimes he'll literally be microing units on the left side of the screen or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And Baneling's hit, and he's like, "Oh no!"
It's
you really
one of
thought
these things
of everything.
like it's probably not remarked on very often because of just the nature of how we observe games. But like, you actually need to get your screen in a good position when you're going to deal with a fight.
Yeah.
You know.
A little history note. Slayer's Boxer, as far as I know, only pro gamer that used Windows keys in games, and that was to center his screen while he was harassing vultures.
Windows key? You
I mean
the arrow keys?
keys,
Okay,
sorry.
I'm like, yeah, he just tabbed himself out.
Yeah, he
lost
tabbed
the game.
himself
Like,
out a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's why. Oh, then it's him and me, Artosis, because I did that a lot. Yeah.
No, I meant arrow. But look at this. Dark, once again, coming in and just shutting this down. I think Maru's dead.
Well,
I think he's
usually,
straight dead.
Usually in a game like this, you can't just go for like 2-base play. And then, yeah, GG.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of an interesting take on aggression there from Maru, but none of it worked out. Dark just parried everything. I think it is time for Maru to go back into the exhaust plays, truly.
Yeah. A lot of that goes back to the rush not working, and the rush isn't going to work if it's good spotted. Definitely a Maru-esque move to go for the proxy Raxes. And by the way, I think we could still have more proxy Raxes to come. He does not seem to shy away from that.
Well, I mean, once upon a time, he did it like just about every game, but he's really backed off of it so much. So to mix it in, I think is very, very smart. It's unfortunate for him that it didn't work. If it had worked, that becomes gigantic for him because he goes up 2-0 very quickly.
Yeah.
And with something that he hasn't been using as much lately, and to throw that back into the fray, that's something Dark has to consider moving forward.
I agree. I think Dark is requesting a break. So you guys
to the
got us
bathroom.
on camera.
Yeah.
Might have to wee-wee.
I don't think so, actually. I think he's like in there splashing water on his face, recollecting himself.
He looks in the mirror and he sees Rogue. What about that? His reflection starts talking to him.
Yeah, guys in the audience, go pee right now. You're going to pee next to Dark.
We
It's
should
gonna be
all
amazing.
sync our bladders up with Dark right now. Should we show him our knees now that we're on camera again? Should get a little,
You can show your
my
knee.
knee up there. Show your knee.
Oh, dude. They want to see my knee. I need something special for that.
I have better knees than you, I think.
You have better knees
Can I
than me?
say that? Can
You
I say that we still
absolutely
be
don't have
friends?
better knees than
Dude,
me.
put up the knee. Put your knee
You're
up.
such a freak.
Put your knee up.
Dude, your knees
Here's
are
the
so
thing.
knobby.
He doesn't even have knees. He just has legs like that. He can't bend
Yeah,
them.
no, they're completely straight.
Yeah.
I have like 2 pirate legs.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always so grumpy.
You don't get it. Like, I sit like a normal person, but when our toes sits here, it's like a toddler. Like, the legs are just straight out like that.
Dude, if you kneed on Play-Doh, like, you would make the moon. So don't even talk to me about quality knees.
You know I have body dysmorphia. I can't believe you said that to me.
Listen, moon knees.
This
How many
is,
craters are you going to create
like,
when you kneel on Play-Doh,
stop
tasteless?
now!
Oh, my God. My knees are...
That's a joke that I think we've never actually talked about on air, but me constantly joking about having body dysmorphia. So funny.
Oh, poor tasteless.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I mean, let's just see what happens in these next games. How's that? That's how you know I'm a caster.
That's a great
That was a great
transition.
caster thing to say. So,
Dude.
like, we're going to
I
watch
was
what
like,
they
how
do
do we
and
get
find
back
out.
to the games?
I'm
And then
like-
you saved
I'm
me
like,
with
get
that
me
line.
off camera. If there's no computer game on screen, I start to freak out. Hardwire.
Yeah.
That's what one of these guys is going to have to do to the next card and get out of this best of 5. How do you hardwire a car, Artosis?
Oh, I can tell you all about that. I do that all the time.
You know that all
Tasteless.
the time, right?
The problem is when I it's hotwire, not hardwire. But when I hotwire them, I can't drive because I don't have a
it's
license.
hotwire, not hardwire?
Yes.
All right, start the game. We suck.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark.
So it's hotwire
Yes.
for a car. When is a hardwire?
Well, you can hardwire something like in a computer, right?
I don't know. Can
Like
you?
you plug it in, you hardwire it.
That's called hardwiring?
Onside Gaming.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maru.
Are you know this is a fact, or are you just like
I don't know
basically-
it as a fact, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. It's
Okay.
like I'm like 80% sure.
Yeah, that's a lot of percent. It's way over 50.
Yeah, dude. The whole trick is to be confident, tasteless.
Yeah,
And
no,
here's the
I'm trying
thing
to learn
too.
that.
I
I'm
could be
trying.
completely wrong, and people can tell me, and I don't care.
Yeah, well, my problem is I don't have any confidence because I got body dysmorphia.
Dude,
so.
well, it's probably because those knobby
It's-
knees
it's-
you got, man. Trying to say better knees than me, that's so crazy. It's the craziest thing I ever heard.
Oh, excellent. Yes, from California, welcome. Good to have you here, too.
Yes, thank you for coming down.
Everybody. Thank you guys for coming down. This is so fun.
It's just awesome how big the audience is here today.
Yeah.
So many people came down. Like, we have all of our normal chairs, and we have a bunch of chairs in the back.
Yeah, there's definitely some seats are better than others. Some of you guys are way far in the back.
Well, those are the cool kids, man, in the
Yeah.
back of the studio.
But some of you guys are so, we could actually like pour hot oil on some of the audience
Yeah,
while we're
we
sitting
could.
right here. If they try to come up here with their grappling hooks, we can knock them down again.
Yeah. Well, I didn't prepare our hot oil because I didn't know this many people would come. I haven't had the hot oil ready since 2019.
What you guys don't know is that when we had the COVID lockdowns, we couldn't have an audience. It would just be this big empty studio. We'd just get on roller skates and skate around while we casted it. You know.
Can you imagine that?
You guys never saw that because we didn't want to brag, but we were going through inline roller skating obstacle courses.
Yeah, and I had a tire swing hanging from the rafters that
Yeah.
I would be on for part of the cast.
Yeah. So
That's why our
I have
casts are
literally
wrong
not looked at
sometimes.
this game since it started. What's
Oh
going on
God,
in this
we're
game?
in,
Yeah.
what game number is
Yeah.
this? Game 3?
Is this game 4? Is
Oh,
game
they're
3
1
done?
and 1. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, everything looks pretty normal. Here comes the Reaper Tasteless. You ready for this?
No.
You ready for this?
No, I'm not. This is my favorite part of StarCraft 2 is this engagement. When I try to get people into StarCraft, I just show them the Reaper getting chased away and not killing anything.
Yeah. Next to that, do a lot. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I did. Okay, so Reaper gonna go over, just scout. Okay. Solid scouting. His Reapers have been good this series so far when he has made them. Jumping up and getting that little bit later scout into the main. Speed on the way. And, we're actually going double factory here. So,
Yeah, this is actually this really isn't something I thought we would have.
well, there's double factory plus a starport. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to see. I mean, what comes when I see double factory this early, I always think about, Blue Flame Hellion, right? Like two
Sure,
factory
yeah.
Blue Flame Hellion, which
we
it's
haven't had in a
old.
long time.
Yeah, it doesn't make me think that it's something particularly good against Dark just because he goes roaches more than everyone else. But, I mean, anytime that they're not going roaches, it can be amazing. Here it is, Blue Flame. There's a Viking on the way as well. So I guess he can start pushing everything back. Yeah, the Overlord is actually flying in the main. I think the second factory is behind the minerals, so I believe he should have one Marine, right? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't scout it though. He turns around.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a tough decision. Do you go in and sack it, or do you just back up? And so, kind of like in game 1, how like the Zerg saw what was coming, so he's much more easily able to stop it. If the Zerg doesn't see this coming, well, he doesn't.
Okay, his vision was off there a little bit. Yeah, he's not entirely sure what's going on, but he did make a couple spines, which could be very useful.
Spines are obviously very good against Hellions.
I think he canceled one, so
Where
he has
does-
one spine.
Where does Terran go from here after, let's just say the
After
rush
the
doesn't do
drones.
anything?
Oh.
Like, does he just keep making factories in Mac?
No, I think he goes into bio after this, to be honest. Yeah, there's Stim. Okay, let's see what he gets done. There's some potential here. Like, he does not see these coming. These are going to pop in and at Blue Flame all at once.
All right, so he sees the Blue Flame. Dark has very little time to react. The Lynx barricade a little bit. Oh, the drones!
Oh, man, I don't know if the drones are going to be the right call here. They come up to try to block. He goes towards that main base. Great evolution chamber, trying to block as much as he can, but the split of these Blue Flame Hellions is going to allow a lot of drone death.
A lot of drone death. I thought that Queen blocked that for a second. So he just backs up.
17 workers so far.
And can the Queen actually block the ramp? It cannot. So it comes down. Dude, there's so many drones here concentrated.
Okay, 18.
19. 20.
Okay, 20 drones, a lot of lings. I mean, that was good. That was very solid. He has his third command center up, going into bio. Still a fair amount of Hellions out as well. All right, very good opener there from Maru, I would say. Dark. Like, I mean, he has like a little bit more supply than Maru, but it's not really what you would think it is. He's actually down in workers. He's got a good amount of queens, yes. He has some Lings out there. You know, none of that is impactful. Like with this many Blue Flame Hellions.
Right.
He's got like 6 Blue Flame Hellions at home. The Lings aren't going to do anything. They'll be useful eventually, but really right now it's all about droning for Dark.
So, I mean, from here, you know, this Hellion harass sets up really nicely for the pressure that Terran's going to be putting on here. It's interesting that in game 1 we had like the most epic end game where we nearly mined out the whole map, and Maru like barely survives. To then see in game 2 and 3, he's really just trying to come in here and shut the game down pretty quickly.
Yeah. I like the variety that he's showing for sure. Arm rate going up at home. Siege tank production. Look at this, switching over from Carapace into +1 missiles. Oh, it's because his layer's not done yet. God, that is a late layer.
Okay, Hellion's going to come in here and be a bit of a pain. They're not going to kill the hatchery, of course, but you know, if he could keep this creep under control, it's going to be a headache. Dark is now cranking out a lot of roaches here. Melee attack and missile attack here too.
Yeah. Again, just well, he might switch into Roach. I mean,
sure.
he's Dark. It definitely can occur, but didn't have the layer ready for +2 Carapace. Some Blue Flame Hellions trying to run in here. It's a little group of 3. It's like 1 drone. Yeah, not that impactful.
Okay, well, it's showtime for Maru. He should be pushing out shortly here, if not already.
Ooh, he just switched over to double factory siege tank.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, against the roaches. Like, I guess it's going to be Ling, Roach, Ravager, Bane. Kind of looks that way. 2-2 on the way. Yeah, the siege tank's definitely going to be very, very useful.
Oh man, this is actually not as effective as I think Maru would have wanted it to be. Only gets 3 drones.
I think, though, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world for him to lose those Blue Flame Hellions. They're not going to be that useful, especially with the amount of tanks he's making. He doesn't need them as much.
Sure.
You know, if you have a smaller amount of tanks, I could see you really wanting to keep those around and kind of buffer a little bit. But he's going for a much bigger macro play. 2-2 on the way. Still trying to hit that kind of critical mass. Has that 4th command center making as well. I think a max 2-2 push is in the future here for Maru.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy for Dark to hold here, for sure. So he backs out. Yeah, I think this is going to be a slow game from here until that 2-2's done.
Yeah. I mean, poke the edges. What else can you do?
But, you know, he's done a decent job of keeping the crate back here.
Yeah, Dark has good defense, though. You see his army kind of moving in that bottom right. He knows that there's the bio over there. He knows that there's a small group, I believe, above that 3rd base location as well.
Yeah. You know, Dark's done a very good job of just kind of powering up, regardless of all this.
I mean, this is all like, hi, I'm fast, and I have these units that are mobile. Like that's.
It's screaming that.
It's, dude, it's almost deafening to me.
Yes.
I don't know if everyone else can hear it.
I can't concentrate it at all because it's
I don't hear
so
stim.
hard.
I don't hear Marine rifle fire. I hear I'm fast, and these are active units.
Yeah.
That's all I hear. He's APM signaling tasteless.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it.
It's exhausting, man, with this APM signaling. Look at me, I'm a gamer and I'm so fast.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, dude.
Wow, that's sick. You must be a pro gamer. He's like, yeah, I've won almost $1 million.
Yeah, they have a special trophy that I'm probably going to win eventually. Okay, so the push is on. Zerg's maxed out. This isn't the most efficient supply maxed out, keep in mind. Supply, you know, reading off just supply can be a little bit misleading because, like, Roach Ravager is so supply heavy.
Whereas the Ling Bane is, like, Banelings are so supply efficient, it's insane.
Yeah, it's the best unit in the game.
It's pretty wild. Maru has a ton of siege tanks right now. is pushing that back. I want to know the actual number of siege tanks. I would very much like to know. I'm going to say he's got like 8 or 10. That's those Hellbats there. Some nice splitting, running back. This is such a deep line of siege tanks. Like Dark running in here now. Maru should be able to hold this.
Yeah, well, Dark is going to clean off a lot, but he is hemorrhaging units to some extent. One tank does remain. Again, the tanks are coming out in pairs here.
Still has 4 after that. So yeah, he had like 8 or 9.
By the way, if this game does end up being split map, which I mean it certainly is possible, Dark's going to mine out a lot faster. Okay.
Yeah, most
likely. Just look at how much of the map he's got. He's at this point in time, with the hatches that are now making, he has every base that he's basically supposed to be able to get, and he just took the center left. He's a madman.
He's got to keep that going, man, because Maru is going to start getting very efficient. 6 Dropper Lords on the way. What is he going to use those for, do you think? Like, instead of a Nidus, does he just go up to the main base and just drop a bunch of roaches out or something? Some Banelings? I don't know. Oh, it's all Lings. That's 6 Overlords of Lings. It's 48 Zerglings going to be going in the main base.
Well, it's going to be annoying, man. Maru's going to have to go all the way back there. This could be a really big 1-2 punch here from Dark, where he's going to, Maru's going to lose a lot in his main, and then Maru's going to lose all his bases on the outside too. We don't see this very often.
No.
I'm surprised we don't see it more often, because it's not like it's that hard to do to just make a bunch of Overlords and just drop Lings in there. People seem to just want to do Nidus or nothing else.
He's drawing the attention right now. Like, he just ran Ultras for no reason at all through the sensor tower area.
Yeah.
And here comes the drop. Right before turrets go up.
Dude, this is crazy.
Now, let's see if he does a counterattack at the same time. Well, not a counterattack, but a secondary attack.
Just an attack.
Yeah, any attack. Okay, those Ultras get completely wasted. One of the Overlords goes to drop elsewhere. These Zerglings are doing so much right now.
Yeah, 3-3 is about to finish, so he won't be able to deny that.
I don't know about that little run-in. He is getting a lot of SCVs, though. A lot of things going wrong for Maru at the moment.
Yeah, this is a lot of fires that Maru has to put out. It's kind of hard to be everywhere at once, and I love the burrowing of the Lings. Like, this is just not going to go away for a long time. He got both tech labs on the factory, by the way. I'm sorry, he got one of the tech labs on the factory. The other one's still there. Now a Nidus is going to be made. He can use the drop Overlords as spotters, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
The top right of the map, that's where those Overlords live now.
I think, yeah.
That's their home.
Just got to recall those. I like the idea, though, of using drop plus Nidus, right?
Yeah. I don't know why we don't see it more often, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
It's kind of like...
Slivers get picked.
So now he just burrows over there. Dark is squeezing Maru right now. This is an extremely uncomfortable game. Oh, he sees him. He's like, you know my secret.
Thought that was a bit weird. When you have one under the command center, it makes more sense if you don't have one there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you either hide them all back there or you put one under there, but you don't do both. Yeah. Then they scan and they're like, oh, well, you were going to try to get me when I landed my CC here.
37 Banes on the way.
Dark's looking so strong here.
He's got 100 workers, by the way.
Yeah.
Half of his supply is drones. He just wants every resource on this map. He's mining 4,000 minerals a minute, man. That is insane.
Okay, so does Maru react to the Nidus? Gosh, there's really not a lot defending over here, is there?
No.
I kind of keep waiting for Marines to kind of spill down from the top of the screen, but...
Well, I mean, honestly, this defense of Maru is not that bad.
Well...
When you think about it, like, he lifts everything, right? He lifts the command center, the SCVs run, some Hellbats die, some tanks die, but he killed like 1 million Banes there. It's not that bad. Not the end of the world. That could be, though.
Thing is, Maru's having a hard time getting back on the horse here. Like, he's not maxed out. His income's, it's okay. Is he going to use this? It would be great if he actually just came out here and... I guess not. All right, this is just going to... Oh, no!
Well, may as well now, I guess. All right, Ghost's going to come in. Deal with these Ultras very, very quickly. What do you think about that Overseer morph?
So funny.
He was just trying to spit in the eye of that Viking to get something out.
So I feel like either Maru's going to last, it's going to be pretty long. Oh, come on, kill that tank.
That was just terrible for Dark. He like basically loses 3 ultras trying to get those tanks.
Yeah.
Gets 1
That's
tank.
not a good trade. But anyway, like I was saying before, I feel like this game is either going to be Dark slowly overpowering Maru, or it's going to go on super long.
Yeah.
And it's just like a game of Maru surviving.
It looks like it's that to me right now. Oh, almost lived through that.
It's Maru on the Oregon Trail, trying to get to the other side and not die of dysentery.
Trying to not die of old age, I think.
Yeah.
You know, Maru started this GSL 12 years ago.
That's right. Right now he's hunting, he's sniping the squirrels, not missing a single shot. It's like, damn, dude, you got the squirrels?
Double Spire coming up now. Get those upgrades going. Look at the map and how purple it is. Like, there is so much creep. Dark has so much going on. But I'm confident in Maru right now, man. He's only down 20 supply in most of the map.
Oh, this is a pretty painful one. This is a lot of really valuable units that are getting overwhelmed here. A lot of tanks going down. Maru does survive it, and supplies are even for a little bit. But again, when you lose that many tanks, it's just hard to have a lot of sustain, you know, when these next big attacks come in. Dark
still has a lot of Liberators in there.
Dark has the center right, and I don't even know when this base was taken.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. 90 Lings are being produced, so...
Yep.
Dark getting ready to go once again.
Gonna come in again here. Now, we're at the point in time where Dark is expanding so much that he's like expanding into where, you know, Maru's position is. But I don't feel like Maru can actually fight back, because that must be the same tank that didn't die earlier, Artosis.
Oh, for sure it is.
Yeah.
That thing goes deep right all the time. That's what it likes.
That tank has been edging death this whole game.
Yeah.
All right, some more Banes are coming down.
All right, we're almost to that magical 20-minute mark, Tasis.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like this game has been on for way longer than 20 minutes, by the way. By the way, guys, oh, hold on. I was going to say no bases have, you know, are now, every base is occupied, but that's not entirely true because the center right got pushed away. Well, now it's really not true. Now I see 3 bases not occupied. Sorry, everybody.
Solid kill.
Maru is...
Evacuates with the Ultras through at Nidus, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny placement.
So, we're at the point now. You know, Maru, if he can't keep these exterior bases, he's just not going to have an income. And if you look at the bottom, I mean, his income's really, it's suffering right now.
Yeah. I think that he will be able to take them. I don't think he's in fear of dying right now. Like, his composition is very, very strong. There's lots of Ultras out, so that's a lot of value that can be picked off if Dark missteps at all. But I feel like Dark is learning a lot about how to deal with this style. Notice how he continues to seesaw from side to side. He's not over-making Banelings, I feel like, this game, which is something that we see all the time.
It's actually a big problem, I think, when people start to really over-make Banes.
Well, I think there's been such a long period of just mass Bane killing everything, which is a big part of why this style has arisen.
Yeah.
But now that Maru's like getting into it, he's still making a lot of Lings, but he's not like over-making Banelings. He's not just like, here's 80 Banelings, then rolls in again.
Right.
And kills 2 Thors or something like that. So I feel like he's adjusting quite a bit and trying to be a bit more efficient with what he's doing.
So that base is mined out. The only, oh no, I'm sorry, there's basically 2 bases that have minerals there. And the main one is the one in the top left. And if you notice, oh, is he just going to sack this?
That one's pretty hard to hold right now.
Yeah. Well, it's adjacent to the base that's like, that needs to be defended at all costs for Maru here.
Yeah, Maru definitely wants to keep pressure on over on this side and take it over. I wonder if Dark should try once again to attack on the right side. Okay, runs in with these Ultras. I guess anytime you're attacking with the Ultras and the Ghosts aren't there right then, that's probably as good as the Ultras are going to do. Brood Lord's on the way. All right, time for some Banelings again.
Okay, so this is really the moment that Maru has to fight back. He forces a big cancel on those Banes. Forces a lift, though, over here. Again, some of these expansions are more expendable for Dark than others, you know? Some of these bases, it's almost like he's taking them because then the Terran has to at least kill the base before the Terran can take that. But, you know, Maru's been pretty good at this balancing act of basically, like, you know, barely having money stream in and kind of being really optimal with how he engages.
All right, gonna pick that one off. Planetary, unfortunately, gonna fall on the other side. Not any, well, there is like one base that's still reasonably healthy here for Maru, but overall, not a lot of mining going on. Dark, the bottom right 2 bases look pretty solid. Right, bottom right, and then the one like inside of it. Like towards the center of the map from there. Few Marauders just being caught in the middle.
We got to watch this game very carefully because every unit's going to start, you know, becoming really impactful. It's one of the funny things about like when you go into a really, really, really long game is that like you just see huge armies crashing into each other and everything's being killed off. And then, you know, he goes right back to normal. It doesn't seem like an impact on either side. But
yeah,
when the money starts to disappear, that's when it gets really interesting.
All right, a Thor being made. Hopefully many more to come.
Yeah. I think it'll have to be Artosis.
Good chance.
42 more Lings are coming in here. Notice how the mineral income has just dropped off dramatically on both sides.
Lone Hellbat. Oh, he already has a few those right there.
A lot of Banes getting bled off there.
Yeah, nice fungal there as well. Does have 5 Infestors.
Dark is recovering his once lost bases. Although Terran's already going to come in here and try to stop that. Big counter attack. Zerg hitting Terran. Terran hitting Zerg.
And just a lot of cleaning on both sides. Just
Yeah.
like hitting these bases back and forth.
It's been a very eye for an eye here.
Mass Liberator Siege and gets 1 Ling.
Just 1 Broodlord. That's Dark. Oh no, there's 2 now.
That's what Dark rides on. It's like his flying carpet.
That's right, man.
It's gonna show us the world.
That's his dragon he rides. He's on the back of a Broodlord. So, what a funny kind of back and forth this has become.
3 factories. Oh god, those are some sick bungles right there. Oh my god.
That is insane, dude.
Absolutely
The value
everything.
he's getting out of that is crazy.
As long as he can finish this,
Yeah,
the
can he
Ultras
overpower
actually do a pretty darn good job.
Well,
He is
the
going to
Brood-
get the Liberators as
the
well.
Ghosts, though, are sniping the Broodlords.
As soon as the Ghosts get there, man, everything's ruined.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, so, you know, both supplies plummet. Maru's beginning to pick it up again, man.
Yeah, his supply actually jumping ahead now.
Yeah.
He's going to have way more army supply.
And it's a little bit tricky here for Dark. I mean, you know, he's basically just making Lings and then Banelings. But, you know, some of these units Banelings don't trade into very well, like tanks and Thors.
Yeah.
I think Maru might barely win this. We need to do a mineral check here for what Dark actually has and does not have as far as income goes.
I think bottom right is fine. And then that
Center
slightly
left.
inside base. Oh, it's actually less than I thought. It's getting a little bit low there. Look at this Hydralisk Den and +1 missiles. I don't
What?
know.
Does he want to go to Lurkers?
Huh.
I don't know.
Possibly. Possibly.
Sometimes you get a bunch of hiders. I mean, they can fight Thors pretty well and stuff like that. If they're isolated.
I could see him trying like Lurker Infester as a little bit of a counter to Ghost. No Lurker Den though. So I guess maybe he's just getting it just to get it. Although his income is so low, I feel like he'd be really cognizant of what you're spending money on at the moment. Okay, there is the Lurker Den. Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen him really try Lurkers yet against us.
I feel like Maru has almost won this. I was kind of looking at this just assuming Dark was going to take it, and maybe that's because I'm used to a lot of Zergs just kind of winning in these positions that Terrans can't really sustain.
Maru has become very close to unkillable, though.
Yeah,
no matter how much damage you deal him, he's just like, yeah, I still have my core of ghosts, so here we go.
Yeah, and by the way, it was a Lurker switch.
Yeah, double Lurker Den, in fact. So, going to be getting that range and burrow speed as quickly as possible. 3 Lurker Dens. All right. Why not 4?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Look at that, 130 SCDs
so
have died, 968 links.
That is insane.
My God.
Almost 1,000 links.
It certainly will be by the end of this game. We're going to push everything back from this space once again. Raven in here. Help them to remove this, this creep a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently.
If this army can't be stopped, this game is over. Because effectively, there is no... I mean, Terran can lift their buildings off. You can't keep counterattacking.
Yeah.
I think Maru did it again.
I think Maru's figured the matchup out, man.
Yeah. Dude. Wow.
He really, with this type of play that he's been showing, he looks unkillable. He looks
it's crazy because it's like, you know, not all StarCraft games are made equally, right? Like some games are last minutes, and then, you know, this one goes over a half hour. But yeah, it's like he can do that tightrope walk all the way to the end, and eventually the Zerg just kind of doesn't have the assets needed to really deal with a very turtle-ish Terran.
Yeah.
And so now Maru goes up 2-1.
Not looking super good for Dark right now. This has to be a bit frustrating. Like, he's a smart guy. I'm sure he's thinking to himself, what do I do here? How do I actually break him?
Guys, we're going to go to a break. We come back. We continue this best of 5. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Standing there with your teeth bared, crack a smile for the people at the bottom, at the bottom. Yeah, it must be lonely to be so spared from the spotlight, cause you don't feel anything unless someone's under your knife. It's fucked up, you don't have a conscience. Yeah, you don't give a fuck, it's never enough for you. And you're seated at the head of the table. You're off in a turn, hiding out in plain sight. No, you don't care if we live or we die. You're off in a turn, hiding out in plain sight. Oh, you don't care if we live or we die. Megalomaniac, stepping on the head of everybody with the bus pass. You were born for this. You butter up the people with the verbal trick. Oh, you don't give a fuck. It's never enough for you. And you're seated at the head of the table. You're off in a turn, Well, you don't care if we live or we die. You're off in a tide, hiding out in plain sight. No, you don't care if we live or we die. Hiding out in plain sight. Well, you don't care if we live or we die. You said you're gonna make it the greatest. Now we're all separated. Yeah, we're all separated. You said you're gonna make it the greatest.
Today's matchup. Dark. Maru. Semi-finals. Match 2.
Games we play. The games we play.
You hear that? Those are the gamer drums.
Yeah.
That's everybody in the studio banging the drums in unison.
It's a beautiful thing. Anytime I hear epic drums, I can only think of Mad Max Fury Road, man.
That's the greatest movie ever made.
It is literally the greatest movie ever made.
I've actually had so many nights where I've just come home to my house.
I haven't watched it in
I've come home
years.
drunk and I'm like, I'm gonna watch at least the first 30 minutes of Mad Max before I go to bed. It's just so good.
It's so good. Aren't they making a sequel to it?
I think so, yeah. But I don't know when it's slated.
I don't know how it can ever live up to the first one.
They've got to have airships.
Oh,
that would
please.
be sick. That would be so sick if they had
airships.
Or maybe make it on water. Make this one on water, make the third one on airships, and then end all movies. Because most movies are bad nowadays.
You would need to end them. Absolutely. Oh my God. I need airships in Mad Max.
Do we need Mad Max airships to be so sick? Guys, we're going to go to, oh my God, we're already going to start the game. All right, well, that was some good pre-Game 4 banter. One of these guys goes to the finals. Let's go.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark.
By the way, as good as Dark looks, man, I'm like totally blown away by how strong Maru is right now. I feel like he has brought in a whole new level of play.
Yeah.
Onside Gaming. Maru.
Well, it feels like Dark is getting an edge, but can't quite do it, and the ghost count continues to grow, and Maru continues to just kind of punish everything that happens. Any high-value units that are trying to get away at the end of a fight, the ghosts come in and kind of clean up. So how do you take the advantage that he's gaining in most of these games and turn that into a victory?
Look at him.
That's something I don't think he's figured out.
Look at all these beautiful people.
I know, there's so many people.
I know.
And they pan up and you see our pasty legs.
Yeah. You just see I have no pants on. You just see my butt crack, and it just cuts back out.
Like, this is what I live with every day, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it should pan up and we both have plumber butt. Like oh, so funny. So, I mean, so far we don't seem to have any surprises for us. I do want to point out that Dark has played a really kind of slow game here. Dark usually, and I'm always happy to say this in a best of 5 with Dark because I feel like it always comes true. And that's all I want more than anything in the whole world, guys, is just impress you guys and make you guys think I'm cool. But Dark normally has like a cheese built into a best of 5.
That's true.
He likes to rush a lot, and it hasn't really happened.
Well, could be two things. Number one, he thinks he's better without. Number two, he thinks that Maru will just stop it dead in its tracks.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know which one that would be, but That is an interesting statement because he does normally mix in some cheese.
Yeah, there's usually like
There's normally some aggression in there.
yeah, something that's there to trip up Maru.
Well, he's seemingly been so invincible. Like you saw, he hasn't lost ZBT. Like he's a killer ZBT this year. We're over halfway through the year, and he's just 11-0 in these big matches. Might be ending here tonight, though.
Could be.
Maru is the guy that ends giant streaks. His first GSL victory of those 4, remember, Classic was 97% win rate in PBT.
That's wild.
And Maru smashed him. It's like, yep, that's what he does, guys.
Just like bees make honey.
Just like bees make
Maru's
honey.
smash pro gamers.
Yeah.
Beavers make dams.
Maru wins GSLs.
Maru wins GSLs. Yeah, that's in his nature.
Yeah.
Get David Attenborough in here. Have him talk over this.
Yeah.
Just get Maru on
I would
camera.
love some David Attenborough going over Maru's play.
Yeah.
Most Terrans lose all their games, but there's one that builds its nest a bit differently.
That's right. Builds his nest with depots.
Yeah.
Lift it up.
Mysteriously, he never stops making ghosts. David Attenborough's great.
Yeah, he rules. We've got a Banshee with Cloak coming here.
Okay, that's
I mean,
a little bit
it's
different. Haven't
not-
seen that yet.
Yeah, not the biggest deal though. I mean, this doesn't really mean the whole, way the game's going is going to change.
Until it flies in and kills all the drones.
That
Blue
happens.
Flame Hellion opener, by the way, was pretty sick.
Yeah. It's funny because that game was so long, it's easy to forget how it started.
Yeah,
that happens with some of these games where, everything that happens in a StarCraft game ripples through it until the game's done, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that I've always found so interesting about watching StarCraft, is there's like all these little stories occurring in the game. But honestly, yeah, like a game like that, it goes on for so long, you can easily forget that, oh, dude.
That's a good scout.
Yeah, Banshee no-scopes him, but he sees that the cloak is being upgraded. Stim starts, by the way, and a third CC.
Well, we'll see what the Banshee can get done. Probably not much. He did cancel that cloak upgrade after it got scouted.
Is he going to get that Overlord? I think he did. Ah!
Yeah, Banshee playing a little bit of defense there, just cleaning up some circlets.
Oh, I got confused with what tab we had open. I'm like, he's not making a command center anymore.
Like, wow.
I'm like,
speed
he's
is taking
upgrading
a long
lane
time.
speed. This is crazy.
It looked like they already were really fast
Yeah.
to me.
Is there another speed upgrade I didn't know about? Well, getting these Overlords is actually pretty big. Getting any kind of supply blockage here can be frustrating.
The Hellions clean up some creep here still. I love this upgrade tab. It's amazing. It's gonna Stim is gonna join. Watch. Look at that tab just continue to grow. The growth rate of this tab is really fascinating.
It's very exciting. Okay, so Maru, Caesar's no, fourth base down at 6 o'clock. There is one over at 3 o'clock, though.
Yeah, a lot of links being made. 1-1 is ahead for Dark a little bit. Baneling Nest about to finish alongside the layer. That Baneling speed going immediately. I'm excited to see if he's actually planning on going Muta. I don't think he will, like with the macro hatch in his main base.
Dude, look at
I
this.
think he's just going to go Ling Bane.
How many people's OCD is just kind of relaxed by seeing this all lined up like this, all the buildings in the main?
Oh, that is kind of crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it? I don't know how I feel about that.
This is some obsessive building placement, man.
It's quite the line.
Yeah.
It's like he made a giant zipper. Now we need a zipper on the other side and join it together.
It's like, if you look at the mini-map, it's like a giant exclamation point. He's actually drawn a GSL trophy.
You don't think it's half of a zipper? Actually, it does look like the GSL trophy.
Yeah, oh my god. He's hoping that he's trying to communicate to us while we're in space.
Great Raxes of Maru.
Yeah, the great wall of Maru here. He's actually going to spell out Maru. He just started with the left side of the M.
It's going to take a while.
All right. We've got a big attack here. Where's the defense from Zerg? Tanks are sieged up. Banes are coming. Oh my god, perfect targeting with the tanks.
God, yeah.
Oh my god.
And 1-1 just finished from Maru. So this actually was a little bit of an anti-timing, I think. If he had 1-1 that entire time, he was down 2 upgrades for that entire fight. Imagine how different that could have looked.
But I think he might still be able to crack this open, Artosis. I mean, the Banes are being pretty damn close here. The Lings are just getting shredded.
Oh my god.
He's just getting the denies on the Banes.
He is definitely getting a lot of damage down here.
Okay, Banes are coming out.
Does he have enough to actually push this back?
Oh
Wow,
my
those
God.
Banelings being very ineffective. Shoots on the Spore, going after the hatchery once again.
I mean, I don't know if Dark is going to be okay if he starts losing hatches like this. He's going to remake it down here at the 6 o'clock spot.
Yeah,
Maru's still on a tear here, now taking down the creep tumors. It looks like he might even try to rotate down. Now again, he's in a jungle of creep here. This is a little bit dangerous.
Yeah. Don't forget though, Maru is not really extending the longevity of his game plan here. He's not on full 3-base SCV saturation. His armory is very, very late, so 2-2 is going to be finishing here for Dark relatively soon. Maru not even starting it.
Counterattack, but I don't know if that's even going to matter. I mean, the foothold that Maru has is pretty good, honestly. Well, he's getting a lot of Marines, though. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if he can't kill this army off over here. 10 SCVs have been killed. If Dark loses this base, I think he loses this game. The upgrades seem a little bit too far out as well.
Yeah, let's see about that. Like, once 2-2 finishes, he's definitely going to have a much better time, but he has so few units at this point. Definitely a problem. A lot of SCVs have gotten killed in this little counter. So Maru's economy is hurt, but Dark's getting even more hurt here.
All right, he's going to try to come in here. Really good splitting from Maru.
Oh, a group of the Banelings actually did not wrap around there, unfortunately.
Dude, he's going to beat Dark in a straight-up mid-game push. GG! Maru's going on to the finals.
Oh, my God. Just masterfully done. A couple of one-sided matches here tonight. Dark fought reasonably well, but Maru shows that he has got the range and the skills. Goes to his finals. This is his 8th GSL finals.
Guys, dust off the G5L trophy. Yeah, I'm like, I don't have anything else to say, man. I'm just like so excited. This is so cool.
I mean, it is pretty historic. So either we have, for the first time in 5 years, a Protoss champion, or in the last few years, 5 GSL victories for Maru.
Crazy.
Something seems wrong about that.
All right, guys. This was a fun day, man. Great show tonight.
7-3rd GSL finals. I'm sorry.
7-3rd.
For some reason, I was thinking
Yeah, well, what a fool. It was not as 8-3rd, but as 7-3rd. All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm like looking at the rest of this graphic for errors.
All-time GSL most finals.
Most finals.
Yeah. Passes Sue there.
His 8th. Oh, never mind. I gotta go.
8th domestically.
Wow, what a match. Maru takes down the DreamHack Valencia champion Dark to move on to the grand finals of the season. Congratulations. Thank you. Wow, sincere congratulations on making to the finals, Maru. This is your 7th GSL finals. And this alone is an amazing record. So now you are just you're ranked first in terms of the advancement in finals. So how do you feel? Well, here I came today with not much expectation, but after beating Dark, I feel really happy. I feel like I've successfully taken my revenge against him. It was an amazing watch. It was an amazing match to watch, Maru. So what kind of opponent was Dark to you? I mean, you know, the game was really hard against him. I had lots of thoughts, but you know, he played really well. I mean, GSL Nautilus and Hardwire, it was very inspirational seeing your play. And Maru kept feeling like every time you use Ghost, you turn the tide of the game. So what was the Ghost about? Well, today I tried to kind of like make my tempo quick in the game against him.
뭐 연습 때도 반당 좀 많이 했어가지고
In practice,
여유롭게 했던 것 같아요.
I kind of used the strategies that I showed today, and it worked out well.
바로 이런 연습이었던 거죠.
So was this kind of play
승열 형이
what you
너무
practiced
잘
with
도와줘가지고 그 덕에
So
이긴
this
것
is the
같아요.
play that you practiced with Rogue, right?
선수와 이렇게
That's right.
데뷔를 해오셨다니 이런 경기력이 나왔던 것 같습니다.
Very good preparation
자,
beforehand,
마지막
Maru.
세트 전투요. 전막 위에서 굉장히 급하게 좀 느껴졌었거든요.
I mean, the last battle
그런데 이게
against
확실히
Stark in the
있는
last game,
그런 전투였던 건가요?
it felt like it was a very rushed battle on top of the creep. So what do you think about this one?
진출했던 것 같고 전막은 신경 안 쓰고 그냥
Well, I didn't really care about the creep.
공격했던 것 같아요.
I just tried to
오늘
take him
조성
down
선수의
quickly.
움직임, 판단 그리고
I mean,
경기력, 그
Maru,
모든
your
게
maneuver, your
감각이
decision
나오는
making, everything was
경기였습니다.
perfect today.
사실 4강이지만
So although this was around the 4 match, it felt kind of like a final.
아무래도
So
상대가
what do you think about the
보니까
match overall today?
솔직히 결승보다 더 힘들 거라고 생각해가지고
I mean, honestly, I thought this match would be harder than the final itself. So I kind of had a pressure and nervousness beforehand. So Hero might be kind of sad to hear that. So Hero, all the players agree that he's a very picky player, tricky player to play against.
조성주 선수에게 김준호 선수는
So
어떤 선수?
to you, Maru, what kind of player is Hero?
잘한다고 했을 때도 저는 할만하다고 했었기 때문에
I mean, even when everybody said that he's one of the favorites to win the tournament, I said that he's a winnable opponent.
생각했던 선수였다. 자, 그렇다면 조성주
Then
선수
Maru.
정말 그 GSL 5회 우승이
So now your G5L achievement is literally one step away.
이제 조금 가능하겠다.
So now it feels like it's doable for you.
이분들이 또 마찬가지로
So I'm sure
기다리거든요.
all the viewers and all the
마지막
fans
한마디
have high expectations for this season. So anything else you want to say? I mean, that's right, the G5L is just one step away. But I'm not sure whether I can achieve it, but I will try
네,
to
알겠습니다.
this season.
다시 한번 결승 진출 축하드립니다.
Maru, once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
자,
Great work
이렇게
as
이번
always.
시즌 2 마지막
Damn,
결승
dude, that was,
진출자 인사이드 게이밍 조성주 선수가
That was an
나왔는데요.
experience. All of today's games were crazy. And talk about two very different best of fives, right? I mean, the marathon of Maru, kind of showing what Terran can do in endgame and how to actually, give it to these Zergs.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, Hero's games were really exciting. In some ways, I was almost more excited by his play and what he was able to do. And I really am curious who's going to take this finals now.
Oh, it's really hard to say. There's going to be a lot of prep that goes into it, I think, on both sides. These guys, it means so much on both sides, right? Like the first GSL finals here for Hero, and just the Protoss race having such a hard time winning GSLs. And then, of course, Maru, with that 5th championship, is anyone ever going to be able to catch up to that? Rogue is the only person anywhere near that.
Yeah, that's true. So either way, history is going to be made, guys. There's the information. You cannot get into the finals if you do not have a ticket. Even if you flew from the other side of the world, guys, that's just the way it is. So 5 p.m. tomorrow, KST. Tickets go live. The website's in English. Is it in other languages? I don't know, but it's in English. You're
Probably
watching the
Korean
English
as well.
stream. Who knows, Artosis?
No, we don't buy GSL tickets. We just get to get in, and in fact, we have pretty good seats.
Yeah, nice, Artosis.
Not the best seats, though.
Also, you saw on screen there the cheerful contest we have. Cheerfuls are the signs that the fans make. We love them.
Yeah, and we'll share some of the ones that you guys send in, so make sure you do that.
That's right. I'm super excited for this.
It's going to be a great
finals.
I think it's a fantastic finals to have.
I think this might be like one of our best finals of all time.
It could be. If it's anything like the excitement of the matches here tonight, like the unbelievable power of Maru, and then like how well Hero is playing against Bunny, if you mix that together, it's going to be good.
Yeah. Well, also, there's no more time. We're closing the show out. We love you guys. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. tickets. Finals is Friday, 6:30 p.m. KST. Not our usual day, so don't miss it. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.
It's a vibe, let it go, free the animal. Categorize little crimes, I'm a super
2022 GSL Season 2